All right, this is a solution video for problem number 92. All right, so it says the graph of the function h is shown in the figure above. Of the following, which has the greatest value? All right, so A says the average value of h over the integral negative, or over the interval -3 to 2. All right, so average value, remember, A would be 1 over 2 minus -3 times the integral from -3 to 2 of h of x dx. All right, and so we're going to take 1/5 of this integral. So now if I look at this integral, all right, we are taking the integral from -3 to 2, so that would be this area, right? That area, and that area. All right. And so if you look at it, these two about cancel each other out, right? They're about the same. All right. And then this one and this one, clearly this one is greater. So the overall integral from -3 to 2 is going to be a negative value. So 1/5 of that is going to be less than 0. All right. So we look at B then, the average rate of change of h over -3 to 2. All right. So remember, average rate of change is very simply taking the slope from -3 to 2, so slope of the secant line, all right? And so that very clearly, so if we said h of 2 minus h of -3 over 2 minus -3, this is going to be some positive value, right? All right, so let's go on to C. All right, C says the integral from -3 to 2, so -3 to 2 of h of x. And we actually already evaluated that in part A, which is less than 0. Now, part A was 1/5 of that value. So obviously 1/5 of a negative number is going to be uh, larger. Because it's closer to 0. All right. But remember, this b is still a positive number, so it's greater than both of those. All right. D, the integral from -3 to 0 of h of x dx. All right. -3 to 0. So that's just this area here and that area here, which very clearly the area under the x-axis is greater than that area. And so this would also be a value less than 0. And then lastly, E, h prime of 0. So h prime of 0 is just the slope of the tangent line right here, very clearly a negative value. So there's only one of these that's positive, and so you should get B as your answer. All right. Now, remember, comparing all these negative values, that would be a little bit trickier because they didn't really give you enough information. So you really couldn't determine with any certainty, those values. But there is only one value that is positive, and so B must be the answer.